Diablo 3 is a dungeon crawler action role-playing video game and the third installment of Blizzard Entertainment's franchise, Diablo. The game was released May 15, 2012 for Windows and Mac OS and within 24 hours sold 3.5 million copies. It was released for console on September 3, 2013, and it has since sold over 30 million copies across all consoles. The game takes place in a fictional land called Sanctuary, and the player, the Nephilim, is caught in a war between high heavens and the forces of hell. The premise is simple: kill Diablo and all demons that stand in your way. If you don't want to play the campaign, you don't have to. Instead, you can play Adventure Mode or Challenge Rifts, but one thing is for certain: all players must have a passion for at least killing demons. In G's Affinity Space chapter, he discusses that all Affinity Spaces must have a shared passion. In Diablo 3, the shared passion is killing demons, collecting items like set pieces, clearing achievements, getting on the leaderboard for clearing rifts, among other things. The internet and game portal allow people with the same passion to intermingle and accomplish shared goals. In school, the standard shared passion is meeting standards and doing well in standardized tests, and generally no one wants to be there. To improve upon the shared passion in classrooms to reflect the values of affinity spaces, teachers could consider using culturally relevant pedagogy or action research to encourage students to take a critical stance in relation to problems they find in their own community. When the work is relevant to students' lives, they are more likely to be passionate about their work and the results. A second characteristic of affinity spaces is that newbies, masters, and everyone in between share the space. In traditional classrooms, the only master is the teacher, and students are split up into grade levels based on arbitrary developmental stages and ages or level of ability. In Diablo 3, a player can play with his or her friends who all have various levels of experience. The player can also use the internet to join public games, open one's game to the public, and allow other players to power level the player to get through the level 70 grind. There's also an in-game chat box where players can chat with each other in chat rooms with multiple levels of privacy: whisper, player to player, party, clan, community, and public. To give tips, ask advice, ask to be power leveled, etc. Obviously, technology plays a huge role here because players otherwise wouldn't be so easily connected to all of these people who want to play Diablo 3. A third characteristic of an affinity space is that there are multiple portals or ways to gain access to the space, and some portals are generators which allow a person to create content for the space. The main portal in a traditional school is the classroom. Students take the course. Other portals include the resources such as textbooks. These portals often do not allow students to make content that is being studied in the course. Diablo 3 is the portal, which is digital content accessed through the Blizzard app. There's also a game website where the game can be purchased, and guides and forums can be accessed along with other media. On the website, the development team is a generator. Players can also access and create content through Discord, a third-party chat client, which can be considered a weak generator because players can talk to each other and give advice about the game or share screenshots, whatever. Players can also check out third-party websites for character builds, walkthroughs, maps, or even watch strangers play the game through Twitch streams, which can be both portals and generators. If teachers want to incorporate multiple portals and generators into their classroom, then perhaps students can create portfolios or contribute their work to create exemplar texts for future students. A fourth characteristic of an affinity space is that both individual and distributed knowledge are encouraged. Schools are typically organized around individual achievement and competition rather than distributed or collective intelligence. In Diablo 3, when a player is with a group, typically players choose classes that support each other or at least are different from other members. For instance, players typically won't form whole groups of only Necros or only Barbarians. Further, only one person really needs to know where something is, and the rest of the party can follow. In fact, you accomplish more when each member brings his or her knowledge to the group. Members aren't really expected to know everything individually. Diablo 3 thrives on collective intelligence, and honestly, the game is a little boring to play by yourself. Without the internet, this collaboration would not be possible. To apply this in school settings would be difficult because our county, state, and federal standardized tests assess for individual achievement only, and our class rankings encourage competition among group members. Despite never having to rely so much on yourself in the real world, our school systems still peddle this dissonant view of collaboration. Perhaps one day our school will shift to value communal knowledge, but I doubt I'll live to see the day. If Diablo 3 existed within the school system, everyone would be in trouble for cheating and plagiarizing. Even still, people will have authentic learning experiences, which, at the heart of these spaces, rely on its members to apprentice and share knowledge with newer members to expand and elaborate on their current knowledge base. Without members willing to share and encourage each other, affinity spaces wouldn't exist. Really, if all the members treated their individual knowledge as closely guarded secrets, much like students are encouraged to do, most of our hobbies wouldn't exist. Luckily, the real world isn't structured the way school is, so we can all enjoy Diablo 3 together.